Hi, I'm Sean Carruthers, and welcome to How Do I on Butterscotch.com. In this series, we're taking a look at the TouchPad. It's the new tablet from HP. In this episode, we're going to talk about using the TouchPad's interface. Now, the TouchPad uses an operating system called WebOS. WebOS is an operating system previously used on generations of smartphones from Palm, such as the Pre. Now, this is brought up to a full scale on a tablet interface in the TouchPad. And when you fire up the TouchPad, you'll see a bar running along the bottom. This gives you access to a few popular apps, plus there's an upward pointing arrow that gives you access to other apps. We're going to tap on that to see the other apps we have. And when you see an app you want to open, you just tap it and it'll open. Now you see it opens up in a card-based format, so rather than filling the full screen instantly, it starts out as a card and then it opens up full screen. This is because WebOS is a multitasking operating system and it uses cards to actually navigate between the different apps. So once you have an app open, you can actually swipe up from the lower bezel and it'll open up the multitasking menu. Now you can see your apps again and you can launch another one. Now when you have more than one app running, you can swipe up from the bottom bezel and instead of just one card up top, you'll see one for each of the apps that's currently running. You can swipe your finger back and forth to change between the apps. When you get back to the app you want to open, just tap on it and it'll open up again full screen. Now one of the things you'll notice is you can actually stack these cards together. So hold on one of the cards with your finger and then move it to another card and then you'll actually have a stack of them. You can then move them back and forth to actually rearrange the stack so that one of them is on the top. This allows you to move things into tasks. So if you have a web application open and you have an email message that's related to that, you can actually stack them together so all related things can be in that stack. You can remove something from the stack again by pressing and holding on it and then swiping it to the side, and then it'll become its own stack again. When you're done with an application, you can tap on it and swipe it up, and then it'll disappear and actually close that application. When you're on the home screen, along the top bar, you'll see the name of your touchpad and some icons indicating battery remaining, connectivity to networks or devices, and the time. You can tap this area to bring down a menu of options for connecting to the net, turning off your screen rotation, or muting your sound. Just to the left of this, you'll see application notifications. So if one of the application wants your attention, like you got email or something, it'll actually put it in this section of the bar. Now much of the work you'll do on the touchpad is through the touch screen. You can pinch and zoom, you can tap on things, move them around with your finger. That's the name of the product, the touchpad. But occasionally you will need a keyboard. When you tap on something and a keyboard is required, a keyboard will pop up at the bottom. Then you can just enter text by tapping on the letters. You'll notice up top there's a row with the numbers right on it. That means you don't actually have to press a special key to get into the number pad. There's a special key for getting into symbols. So touch this key and you'll open up a bunch of symbols that you can actually add into your text. Then tap the alphabetical button to get back into your regular keyboard. You can change the size of the keyboard if you really want. If the size that comes up by default isn't to your liking, you can press and hold the button in the bottom right, and you'll see a list of options appear. You can go from extra small all the way up to large. By default, it's set at medium. So you can play with this to see which one is most natural for you. Lastly, on the home screen, there's something called Just Type, which is like a search window. You just start typing into that bar in the middle of the screen, and things will start to appear that appear on your touchpad. Things that are maybe mail messages, things that are apps or applications, or you have the option to search on the web as well, or through a number of other partner sites. Well, that's a look at the interface on the touchpad. Don't forget to check out the other parts in this series for more things that you can do with the touchpad. You can check out the show notes for this and the other parts in the series at butterscotch.com.